Lane 1 is Cal Poly Humboldt, Lane 2 Long Beach State A, Lane 3 Seattle A, Lane 4 Chico State, Lane 5 Long Beach B, and Lane 6 Sacramento State B. The Sacramento State A crew did not qualify for the final. So I guess Sacramento State B can claim to be Sacramento's A double. And as they approach the 500 to go mark, it appears as though as we approach the 500 to go mark, the crew in lane 2, Long Beach State A, has a very significant lead over the rest of the field. They've really achieved a commanding lead in the first 3 500s of this race. It then appears to be a very close race for second at this point between Cal Poly Humboldt, Seattle, and Chico. The only crew that's really out of it for second place at this point appears to be the crew from Sacramento State B. But a very commanding performance from the Long Beach State double, the Long Beach State A crew. I would say that the advantage for second place at this point lies between Chico State and Seattle, with the crew, with the Long Beach State, with the Cal Poly Humboldt crew tracking them. So as we come down to the last 100 meters or so, a very polished performance from the Long Beach State A crew in the men's double. We now turn to the race for second, and it's on for young and old between the Seattle crew and the Chico crew. Chico crew seem to have the advantage at this stage. The Chico crew are taking the rating up, so are the Seattle crew. Chico State just have a slight advantage at this point, and it looks like it's Chico State over Seattle. And again, very tight for fourth place. On the far side, the Long Beach State B crew, but fast finishing on the inside is the crew from Cal Poly Humboldt. And Cal Poly Humboldt just sneak home ahead of Long Beach State B. And on the race course, we still have the Sacramento State B crew. So unofficially in the men's double, a win for Long Beach State A over Chico State and Seattle. Upcoming, the women's double grand final. Lane 1, UC Davis. Lane 2, UC Irvine. Lane 3, Arizona State. Lane 4, San Diego. Lane 5, Pacific University, Forest Green. And Lane 7, Southern Oregon. Form boat out of the heats is the UC Irvine crew, who did an 8:40. Their challenge is likely to come from UC Davis, who did an 8:43. There is then a significant difference in time between them and the next best performed crew out of the heats, University of San Diego, at 8:58. And this race, the women's double grand final, is now underway. And receiving their medals and trophy, the winning crew from the men's double, Long Beach State A. As they approach the 1,000 meter mark in the women's double final, it appears that as though it is UC Davis who have a lead over UC Irvine in lanes 1 and 2. Although the challenge to UC Davis in lane 1 is actually coming from the University of San Diego in lane 4. As they approach the 500 to go mark, in lane 1 it is UC Davis in the women's double. In lane 4 it's University of San Diego, followed by UC Irvine in lane 3 and Arizona State in lane UC Irvine in lane 2 and Arizona State in lane 3. So it's the UC Davis who have the advantage in lane 1, sculling a very clean race. The challenge to them is coming out in lane 4 from the crew from the University of San Diego, I believe. They're being tracked by UC Irvine in lane 2. It appears that the crew from Arizona State, who are in lane 3, may have had some problems in this race because they're significantly behind. And then in 4th place, as they move into the final 250, is Pacific University Forest Green and then Southern Oregon. So approaching the line, it's the crew from UC Davis who have a very clean advantage over University of San Diego and then UC Irvine. Then in fourth place, we currently have the crew from lane 5, Pacific University Forest Green, who are relative newcomers on the collegiate rowing scene. And then still on the race course, we have Southern Oregon University, and then the crew from Arizona State, who seem to have had some difficulties during this race. So unofficially in the women's double grand final, UC Davis, then San Diego, UC Irvine, Pacific University Forest Green, Southern Oregon University, and Arizona State. And we have a start in the men's novice 4 grand final. Lane 1, UCLA. Lane 2, Santa Clara. Lane 3, USC. Lane 4, Western Washington. Lane 5, UC Santa Barbara. Lane 6, UC Davis. And Lane 7, Washington State. This is the men's novice 4 grand final. Based on times from the heats, the lanes that should provide the winner are lanes 1, 2 and 3. UCLA did a 7:16.